Hello, I believe we're live, so welcome to this video. I want to throw the question out there, are you highly sensitive? Are you highly sensitive? Now, when I was younger, I was told, stop being so sensitive, stop thinking about things too much. You think too deeply about things. I had all of that when I was a child. When my father became disabled, then my mother died a year later, and they say, well, you're way oversensitive now, you're too emotional, you're grieving too much. And they tried to label me, psychologists tried to label me with being depressed. And I was seeing a lot deeper, more deeply into the world than most people were at that time. Obviously, it looked like to me. And I was arguing with them. I'm not really depressed. I'm traumatized from what I've just been through, but I'm not really depressed. But I don't really want to get involved with this world because of what I see, and it gets too much for me because I'm highlighting the troubles that I see just in my personal life, and it was very difficult for me. So I kind of withdrew as from that early age. I got into art, and then I got into music, which was a fantastic outlet for me, which is an attribute of being a highly sensitive human being. You're very creative. Also, you have lots of empathy, which is why I used to go around looking after animals a lot, because I felt that they were being rejected in our society, not looked after properly. And even myself, when I was a little bit lost, I was not the best towards animals, but now I am. I've actually gone vegan because of my empathy for animals and what they're actually going through on the planet. And also, you have a different nervous system. Your nervous system is far much more intense. You can experience things on a deeper level. And this is an incredible attribute, actually, as a material being, because it means you can feel things in a lot more profound way. And it's not just people talking about it now, it's actually a real scientific fact that people are more highly sensitive than others. Everybody's got a sensitivity. Obviously, we've all got the five senses where we experience this five sense world. And we feel it a lot more deeper as a highly sensitive human being. It's quite incredible to actually see that this is being researched, and most of that is happening in the insular part of the brain, which is called the seat of consciousness, and it works in the respect that that really is kind of the bridge between your inner and your outer world. And I think highly sensitive people will actually realize that, because the inner world and the outer world, completely different things once you realize how deep you can go inside of yourself. And that's incredible, which is why I find a lot of people can't put dots together. They just go through one experience to the next experience, the next experience, and then say, well, hang on a minute, this happened 30 years ago. Now this happened 10 years ago. Now it's happening now. Can you not see that cycle? Well, some people just can't see it, and that's fine. But the highly sensitive people who do see it are being pushed to the side and saying, well, hang on a minute, who are you? What are your qualifications? You get all this stuff thrown at you. I did a speech about 3 years ago on the energy body and the mind and how the mind works. And I'm not an expert on anything. I don't think anybody is, personally. An expert is someone who knows a little bit more information about something than somebody else does. That's what an expert is. And it doesn't mean because you're an expert, you might be attached to opinions, or you might be giving the wrong opinion out as an expert. So it's a very complicated place. But I was giving this speech on the mind-body sort of connection, which is like an energy body, which is what I'm really into with my Qigong practice. And then that was the first thing. One of these egotistical scientists put their hands up and says, what are your qualifications on this? And I said, well, it's empirical evidence. Empirical evidence is what I've got. And let's try something here. And I did a little test with the mind, and they went, oh, interesting. Everybody else was like happy with what I just did, but that the ego wasn't in this human being. It was incredible to see. So highly sensitive people have always been pushed to the side. But what you can do, once you work out that you are highly sensitive, there are tools for you to actually start to relax your nervous system, get in contact with your vagus nerve, start to work on the insular part of the brain, which is actually connected with your pineal gland. It's actually in the area right in the center of the brain with the pineal gland. Pineal gland has the same rods and cones as your eyes, which is, some practices, spiritual practices, call it the third eye, or some just call it the first eye, the thing that you really see with. It depends where you're coming from with that, because you have 5 levels. In the Vedas, they talk about the 5 levels of your conscious being. And all I'm talking about is the material level and the energetic level, which is the lower two levels, which is what I'm really interested in, is getting people from the material level into the energetic level. That's what I want to do. That's what I think. Highly sensitive people can do that a lot more easily than people who are stuck in this material world, solidly stuck in it. And that's fine. That's great, you know, because we need to be different. All of us need to be different. And to be stuck in the material world and you want to be out of it, if you're highly sensitive, get into the energy world. Start to look at your energy, look at where you're putting your energy. And you'll find once you start to define what you want, i.e. using your intuition. Intuition is trust, actually means trust in a deeper level of that word. I think it's intuari or something like that in Roman, Latin. So intuition, trusting yourself, which is where that expression comes. You trust yourself. And it's all these different wonderful things that you can do to trust yourself, to actually say, well, and be more discerning. Another great word, discerning. So you discern where you put your energy. I'm not going to put my energy there anymore. That's tiring me out. How can I do that anymore? It's like looking at the conspiracy network. You go, oh, it's almost too much to take on, until you get over a hurdle and you go, okay, I'll get the whole bigger picture and I don't need to look at that anymore. I get it. And now I'm moving here because actually I can move here. I'm still free enough to do that. How long that's going to last is a very good question. I think it's going to last forever, but it's just we always have these conditional constraints put on us as human beings, and it's incredible to see that. But it's being highly sensitive, you can actually break past all of this. You can break past all of it and see it. And you're what they said in the 60s about freeing your mind from the material constraints that's holding you back. So highly sensitive people can do that. You can use your intuition as a superpower. It's like a superpower. It's like an insight into the world in a deeper way. You can see past all of this veil. In the Vedas, they call it the Maya, the illusory world. If you don't hear what I'm saying, that's fine. That means you wouldn't be highly sensitive. But if you do, or it's starting to tingle inside of you, go, yeah, I'm kind of getting what you're saying. That's great. That means you're starting to move towards that higher intuition where you will see things in a different way. And that's what I'm really interested in. And what I want to do next year, I'm going to put up a study with what I teach online. I'm going to put a study up. It'll all be for free for highly sensitive people, so that you can come along, but you have to commit to the study for 2 months. And it's not that much time. It won't be that much time. And I'll be working closely with my wife with this, so that you can actually monitor yourself and see the improvements that you have from all these feelings of, you get over emotional, and usually it's from childhood wounds when you were told, oh, you're so sensitive, just shut up. Or it could be that is getting you so anxious that you're always sensitive all the time, that you start to become anxious and you're always shaking and fearful, which means you're not actually experiencing the wonders of your nervous system, which is you. It's the beginnings of your 5 sense reality is your nervous system. So it's actually coming out of that sympathetic nervous state. You're coming out into the parasympathetic nervous state, so you can experience your intuition more. And also your mirror neurons in your brain start to light up more. And it's shown with highly sensitive people, the mirror neurons actually respond more when you're taking in stuff from your eyes. You're experiencing stuff through your eyes. They actually light up more. So this is incredible research that's coming out. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited that human beings firstly can change from within, and then they change outwards. So as I've always thought, take the journey inwards, you succeed outwards. And if you're highly sensitive, you will be struggling with this world today because it's so much information. You're on a bombardment of information. We can learn more in a day than our ancestors learned in a lifetime. That's how quick and how much information we have in. So I feel for that. So highly sensitive people, look out for that. That offer will be coming out soon, probably beginning of January, because I want to do it in the months of February and March. So if you are highly sensitive, you can contact myself or my wife, and we'll start the process in moving you towards getting on the trial. It'll be research into how you feel. So all you need to do every every week is fill out a form so that you're letting us know how you're getting on, how your perceptions are changing, how you feel, not about what anybody else thinks or feels, what your goals will start, how your goals will start to change as you connect more inside. Your inner goal, not your outer goal. We get conditioned with our goals. Oh, I want to make loads of money. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to be famous. I want to be all this kind of stuff. It's all outer goals. Inner goal, what's inside? What's your profound purpose inside of you? Your intuition will guide you to that. And that's why it is such a superpower. It's a superpower. So anyway, look out for that. I will be back hopefully before Christmas with a song. Make a note in diary. I will avoid that, of course. Anyway, I'll see you very soon and have a great day. Be well, keep shining. Thank you very much.